7/24, 2024. We're in Taigong's Six Secret Teachings. We're in the last chapter, and we have the last two readings today. And again, these readings aren't planned. I generally will just go through and highlight and tab what I like as I share thoughts as I read them from the reflection. So this isn't meant to be a polished podcast. This isn't meant to be a polished series. This is supposed to be raw, real, unedited, and real time as much as possible. Cavalry warfare. King Wu asked Taigong, "How do I fight with cavalry?" Taigong said, "There are 10 victories and 9 defeats in cavalry battle." King Wu asked, "What are the 10 situations which produce victory?" Taigong replied, "When the enemy has just arrived, has yet to settle or coordinate their formations, use cavalry to attack their forward and cavalry use cavalry to attack their forward cavalry and 2 flanks. They will definitely flee. When they have built solid fortifications and their spirits are high, assault them ceaselessly. Some should race toward them and some race away, as fast as the wind, as strong as the thunder. From daytime to dusk, change your flags and uniforms constantly in order to scare and confuse them. When the enemy's formation is not solid and soldiers are unwilling to fight, your cavalry should besiege their front and rear and attack their flanks. They will definitely be terrified. When the enemy's troops return to their camps at sunset and their soldiers are fearful, send your cavalry to assault their flanks, rapidly attack their rear, push towards the entrance to the ramparts, and stop them from entering their camp. They will definitely be defeated. When the enemy has no strategic terrain to rely on, your cavalry should penetrate and cut off their supply tunnels. They will be starved. When their troops occupy flat terrain, which can be attacked from 4 sides, your cavalry should coordinate with your chariots to attack them. They will definitely be chaotic. When the enemy is defeated and their soldiers scatter, send your cavalry to assault their flanks, front, and rear. When their general can be captured, then their general can be captured. When the enemy return to their camp at sunset, their troops will be disordered. Assemble 10 cavalry soldiers into a unit, 100 soldiers into a regiment. Group 5 chariots into a unit and 10 chariots into a squad. Set up flags and protect them with strong crossbowmen to shoot at the enemy flanks, front, and rear. The enemy's general will be captured. These are the 10 opportunities of gaining victory. And before I continue, I would say that as I was reading that, I was thinking of, if you are the enemy in this situation and these tactics are being used against you, this is one way to take advantage of this reading. King Wu asked, "What are the 9 situations leading to defeat?" Taigong said, "When your cavalry fails to penetrate the enemy's formation and they feign to flee in order to assemble their chariots and cavalry to attack your rear, your cavalry will be defeated. When chasing the fleeing enemy over dangerous and difficult terrain, penetrating deep into enemy territory without stopping, and the enemy ambush you on both sides and cut off your retreat route, this is an encircled situation. When you are unable to retreat after advancing, unable to get out after entering, this is called being trapped in the courtyard or the earth cave. This is the death terrain. When the road ahead is narrow and the road back is long and winding, the enemy can beat the strong with the weak and strike at the many with the few. This is the place of elimination. Where there are deep valleys and lush forests and it is difficult for troops to maneuver, this is the place of exhaustion. When there are waters on both sides, big mountains at the front, high peaks in the rear, and you are fighting between waters, the enemy can rely on strategic mountains and rivers. This is the difficult place for cavalry. When the enemy severs your supply routes and you can only go forward without a route to go back, this is the trapped place for cavalry. When the terrain is low and muddy with marshland everywhere, it is difficult to advance or retreat. This is the land of worry. When there are deep valleys on the left, gullies on the right, and the ground looks even, but in fact rises and falls, you will be attacked whether you advance or retreat. This is the land of pitfalls. These are the 9 fatal terrains. A wise general should avoid them. A fatuous general will be defeated by them. And I do want to say that a lot of those are the 9 situations that Sun Tzu lists in his chapter on the 9 situations. And bringing it in the last page and a half, infantry warfare. King Wu asked Taigong, "What is it like for the infantry to engage in battle with chariots and cavalry?" Taigong said, "When engaging in battle with chariots and cavalry, the infantry should assemble its formation in hills and strategic terrain. They should station long weapons and strong crossbows at the front, and short weapons and weak crossbows at the back. They should take turns to fight and rest. When the enemy's numerous chariots and infantry arrive, guard your formation, fight persistently, and use warriors with crossbows to guard the rear." King Wu asked, "Suppose we do not have hills or strategic terrain to rely on. The enemy's army is strong and numerous. Chariots and cavalry attack our flanks, front, and rear, causing our troops to be fearful and fleeing. What should I do?" Taigong said, "Command your soldiers to make barrier weapons such as riding horses and caltrops. Assemble cattle and horses, and form up the infantry into the assault formation. After seeing the enemy's chariots and cavalry coming up, set up caltrops and dig ditches which are 5 feet deep and wide. They are called death traps. The infantry move with running horses. Connect chariots into a moving rampart. Push it back and forth. When it stops, it serves as a military camp. Set brave warriors with strong crossbows to guard the left and right. Then command your army to fight fiercely without delinquency." King Wu said, "Brilliant." And that wraps up Taigong's 6 secret teachings. I thought that was a great read, and I hope you guys gained some value out of it in the reflections offered. So leave in the comments below what you guys thought and some lessons you learned and some conversations to be had. We'll see you on the next one.